One of the biggest keys to having a happy retirement is having enough income that lasts as long as you do. And one of the biggest things about income in retirement that affects basically everyone is Social Security planning. How do you make sure you have enough and maximize this benefit? Some experts say it's up to $1 million decision that can be an impact over your retirement. Well, we feel like it's such an important decision that we have a special guest with us, Hamilton Morales, joining us here on the Happy Retirement Podcast. Now, Hamilton, all you do all day is Social Security. Is that right?
That is correct. Yes.
So is it fair to say that you know a little more than the average bear?
I do know a little bit more than the average bear, for sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good. Well, tell us, Hamilton, what is, in your opinion, from you travel around the country, you help advisors like us all the time with Social Security planning for their clients. What is the number one misconception that you would say most people or most advisors have about Social Security and maybe either using their benefits, maximizing their benefits, but what's something that people think that really might just not be true?
Gosh, I think the biggest one, the one that I hear all the time, has to do with spousal benefits.
Okay.
So most people believe or think or say they have heard that the spouse can get 50% of the other spouse's benefit. And that's just not entirely true. The way it should be said is you could be eligible for up to 50% of your spouse, or in some cases, ex-spouse's full retirement age benefit amount. So there's three pieces there. You've got a qualification piece, so you could be eligible. It means you might not be eligible.
Right.
Up to 50%, which means it could be less than 50% depending on the situation. And it's based off of the full retirement age benefit amount, not what they're receiving. So just because your spouse waits until 70 doesn't mean you're going to get 50% of the 70 benefit. It's always calculated off the full retirement age benefit amount. And so most people, when I say that, you see a collective like, oh, wow, didn't know that. And so that's, again, why I do what I do, to make sure people fully understand how the benefits work.
So let's say, to put some dollars to that example, we have a lot of folks say, hey, I want to get as much as I can get. I'm going to wait until age 70. And let's say it's like me and my wife. Now, we're younger, but she's at home. I'm working. So at age 70, I'm more likely to have a higher benefit than she is.
Correct.
So if I delay until 70, let's just say I'm going to get $3,000 a month. Some people think that she'll automatically get $1,500.
Right.
But that's not the case.
That is not the case. It's going to be calculated based off of, for us, our age 67 benefit, which is our full retirement age. So even though I turn it on at 62, at 70, at 68, 64, doesn't make any difference. When they do the calculation for the spousal benefit, it's always calculated off of the full retirement age benefit amount. Now, how much the spouse gets, that's based off of their age when they receive it. So that's where it could be less than 50%.
Okay, so if a spouse takes it earlier, even on the spousal benefit, they can get up to the 50%, but if they take it much earlier, it might be less.
If they take it before their full retirement age, it will be less.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, let's also say another common, I guess, thing that I hear is if people think if their spouse dies, say me and my wife, if I die, people think that she only gets my full retirement age benefit if I wait until 70. Is that true?
No, that's a can of worms. So when you're dealing with widows' benefits, there's two pieces to the puzzle. The one piece of the puzzle is when did the spouse die? So what age did they turn their benefit on? And depending on how you answer that, there might be a couple of other questions after that. Once we figure out how much the widow's benefit's going to be, then we flip over to the other piece of the puzzle, which is how old is the widow when that person takes the widow's benefit. So if that person is under full retirement age, then the widow's benefit's going to be reduced. If they're at or over full retirement age, then they're going to get 100% of it. So it's really difficult to give a hypothetical because there's so much detail that has to go into it to be able to answer that question fully.
Sure, that makes a lot
Yeah.
of sense. Well, we appreciate you joining us here on the Happy Retirement Show, and we'll see you next time.
Start building a more secure future for you and your family. Take the first step toward financial clarity by scheduling a no-cost, no-obligation consultation with Grayhurst Wealth Advisors. See if we're the right fit for you by scheduling a consultation. Call us today at 513-984-5999 or click the link in today's show description to get started.